In the waning days of the American Civil War, as Confederate forces crumbled under the relentless advance of the Union Army, a treasure of unimaginable value vanished into the shadows. This treasure, known as the Confederate Gold, was comprised of millions of dollars in gold and silver war funds, state taxes, and in some reports, stolen Union gold gathered under utmost secrecy. Guards were sworn to loyalty, maps were torn into pieces and scattered, and diaries contained cryptic warnings. Any who sought the gold risked death. The story begins in secrecy, in the dark forests and river valleys of the South, and has haunted treasure hunters for over a century. Some claim it was stolen, others that it was buried, and many whisper that a deadly curse follows anyone who dares to seek it. Tonight, we will uncover the story, the legend, and the curse of the Confederate Gold, a tale of greed, secrecy, and mystery that still lingers in the shadows of history. Every legend has its origin, and this one begins with desperation, strategy, and fear. Confederate leaders knew that their treasury, if captured by Union forces, could finance the North's dominance. They needed to protect the gold at all costs. Only a select few officers knew the plan. Move the treasure in secrecy through dense forests, hidden rivers, and mountains, using wagons, horses, and loyal men. Instructions were split, maps destroyed, and oaths sworn. Soldiers were chosen not just for bravery, but for their cunning and ability to navigate the treacherous terrain. Each man understood the stakes. Success meant preserving a fortune for the Confederacy. Failure could mean death. And yet, despite their planning, the treasure vanished almost immediately, leaving behind only whispers, diary warnings, and tales that would evolve into legend. During the war, Confederate forces moved resources secretly to avoid Union detection. The gold consisted of currency from southern states, some precious metals, and reportedly loot from Union coffers. Wagons traveled under the cover of night, guided by men loyal to the Confederacy. Locals reported seeing strange processions of wagons disappearing into the woods, guarded by soldiers who would vanish as mysteriously as the treasure. Diaries from officers noted extreme secrecy, cryptic symbols, and warnings etched into maps. One officer wrote, "The gold must remain hidden. None shall know its resting place. Death follows those who seek it." Shortly after these entries, men tasked with guarding the treasure began disappearing. Some were found dead under unclear circumstances. Others never returned. The treasure was effectively erased from history, creating a vacuum that would inspire countless legends. Even in these early days, rumors of the treasure's curse began to spread. Locals whispered that anyone who attempted to locate the gold would face misfortune, illness, or even death. Soldiers claimed that strange phenomena occurred around the wagons, equipment failing, animals refusing to cross certain paths, and unexplained sounds in the forests. Over time, these stories became intertwined with the lore of the treasure, giving rise to the belief that it was cursed, guarded by something beyond human comprehension. This early foundation of fear would persist for centuries, influencing every future expedition to find the Confederate gold. By the late 1800s, adventurous treasure hunters and former Confederate soldiers began seeking the lost gold. They relied on fragments of maps, survivor testimonies, and legend. However, almost immediately, strange and dangerous events occurred. Tools broke without explanation. Illnesses struck, and some men simply disappeared. Those who survived returned, changed, haunted, silent, and unwilling to discuss what they had witnessed. Local residents spoke of odd lights in the forests, whispers in the night, and shadows moving without cause. Families avoided areas associated with the gold, fearing that even proximity could bring misfortune. Every expedition ended in frustration or tragedy, reinforcing the legend of a curse guarding the treasure. The most daring early hunters documented their experiences in diaries and letters. One wrote, "The forest seems alive, resisting our every effort. The gold does not wish to be found. We are being watched by forces unseen." Reports like this were common. Some claimed to hear voices echoing through the trees, footsteps when alone, and even felt cold gusts of air where no wind existed. The legend of the Confederate Gold Curse was no longer just a story of lost treasure. It had transformed into a tale of supernatural warning, blending greed, history, and fear in a way that would fascinate generations to come. In the 20th and 21st centuries, treasure hunters armed with metal detectors, ground-penetrating radar, and modern research tried to uncover the gold. Yet, strange events persisted. Equipment would fail inexplicably, illness struck teams, and some individuals vanished entirely. Some of the most experienced treasure hunters admitted feeling an oppressive presence in the forests, hearing whispers and footsteps with no source, and witnessing strange shadows moving in the corner of their vision. No technology, no matter how advanced, seemed to succeed against the treasure's mystery. Theories proliferated. Some believed the curse was purely psychological, amplified by centuries of legend. Others argued that Confederate soldiers left symbolic protections, etched into the landscape or hidden in objects meant to mislead intruders. Skeptics questioned if the gold ever truly existed, but the numerous accounts, fragments of maps, and diaries suggested otherwise. The allure of the treasure persisted, stronger than fear itself, tempting men to risk life and sanity in its pursuit. And each failure, each disappearance, only reinforced the mystery the gold remained hidden, the curse intact, the story evolving with every generation. Southern communities have long told stories of the cursed forests where the treasure might lie. Locals reported seeing strange lights, shadows that moved independently, and hearing whispers when alone. Hunters returning from the forests often exhibited signs of trauma or refused to speak about what they saw. Some died mysteriously, others disappeared entirely. The belief in the curse became deeply ingrained in the culture of the region, turning the search for the treasure into a high-risk endeavor, blending history, folklore, and fear. It was as if the land itself rejected those unworthy of the gold. The curse took many forms in local stories. Tools would break or disappear. Illness struck suddenly. Hikers and hunters reported hearing cries, whispers, or footsteps at night. Shadows moved, objects vanished, and some felt unseen forces guiding them away. The legend grew with each incident, creating a psychological barrier as powerful as any physical obstacle. Modern researchers still report similar phenomena when exploring the regions identified in historical accounts. The gold's mystery was not just historical, it was alive, persistent, and dangerous. Numerous theories about the Confederate gold exist. Some suggest it was buried in riverbeds, hidden in caves, or along abandoned battle routes. Others propose that the gold was secretly transported overseas or melted down into untraceable forms. Fragmented maps, cryptic diaries, and symbolic markings have surfaced over the years, but no one has successfully pieced them together. The curse legend acts as a psychological deterrent, dissuading those who might otherwise locate the treasure. Even in modern times, with GPS, drones, and advanced technology, no confirmed discovery has been made. The allure of the treasure is undeniable, Its value is estimated at hundreds of millions of dollars today. Yet the price of searching is unknown, and the consequences potentially deadly. For every man who attempts, the forest tests him. Some fail and disappear. Others return, haunted and silent. The gold has become a legend, not just of wealth, but of danger, secrecy, and the unknown forces that guard it. The treasure challenges every generation anew, blending greed, history, and fear into a timeless mystery. The Confederate Gold Curse is more than a story of lost treasure. It is a tale of human ambition, secrecy, and the unknown forces that protect what men cannot claim. Over 150 years, countless attempts to locate the treasure have ended in tragedy, disappearance, or failure. The gold is real, the curse is real, and the story continues. Will you risk everything to uncover it? Will you step into the forests, follow the torn maps, and face the unknown? Few have dared. Fewer have returned. The treasure waits, hidden, cursed, untouchable. Some legends remain unsolved. Some curses endure through centuries. And some treasures demand a price far beyond gold.